I need to stop you right here. Before you decide that God is not listening, before you conclude that your prayer fell on deaf ears, before you do something you cannot undo based on a silence you have misunderstood, I need you to hear something that will completely reframe every single day you have been waiting. Because the silence you are experiencing right now is not what you think it is, and the story I am about to tell you proves it. A man died while Jesus waited, on purpose, and what Jesus said about that delay will change everything about how you see your unanswered prayer. Do not move. You have been praying, maybe for weeks, maybe for months, maybe for years that feel like they are swallowing you whole, and the answer has not come. And you have tried to be okay with that. You have said the right things in church, smiled the right smiles, quoted the right verses, but in the quiet, in the car, at 2 a.m., the real question surfaces. Did God hear me? Does He care? Is He going to move? Or am I going to wait until there is nothing left to save? I am going to answer that question today, not with a feeling, not with a Christian cliché, with a story from Scripture that proves God heard you on day one, and the wait is not what you think it is. Stay with me, because I need to show you a moment in John 11 that most people read and completely misunderstand. A moment where Jesus received urgent news about someone He loved and did the one thing nobody expected. He waited, not because He was busy, not because He did not care, because He loved them, and understanding why will change everything about what you believe is happening right now in your waiting season. John 11, 1-3. Now a man named Lazarus was sick. He was from Bethany, the village of Mary and her sister Martha. So the sisters sent word to Jesus, "Lord, the one you love is sick." The one you love is sick. They did not say, "A man is dying." They said, "The one you love." They appealed to the relationship. They reminded Jesus of the love He had for their brother. This was not a casual request. This was desperation, wrapped in trust. "You love him. He is dying. Come." And then, John 11, 5-6, one of the most shocking verses in the entire Gospel of John. Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. So when He heard that Lazarus was sick, He stayed where he was 2 more days. Read that conjunction. So, not despite His love, He waited. Because of His love, He waited. The love was the reason for the delay, not the absence of love, the presence of it. And I need you to feel the weight of what those 2 days meant to Mary and Martha. They sent the message. They waited for footsteps. They checked the road. They watched the horizon. Day 1, nothing. Day 2, nothing. And Lazarus got worse. And then Lazarus died and was buried, and Jesus still had not come. And I want you to sit in that for a moment, because that is exactly where you are right now. You sent the message. You prayed the prayer. You told Him, "The one you love is in trouble." And the days passed, and the situation got worse, and Jesus still has not come in the way you expected. And the question Mary and Martha had is the same question you have right now. If He loves me, why is He waiting? The answer is in what Jesus said before He even left for Bethany. Because when the messenger arrived with the news, Jesus said something that His disciples did not understand in the moment, but that revealed the entire reason for the delay. And it is the most important sentence in this entire video. Let me show you. John 11:4. Before Jesus moved, before He packed, before He said goodbye to where He was, He said, "This sickness will not end in death. No, it is for God's glory, so that God's Son may be glorified through it. It is for God's glory." He declared the ending before he started the journey. Before the tomb was opened, before Lazarus walked out, before anyone could see what he was doing, Jesus already knew the end of the story. And he stayed, not because he was indifferent, but because what he was about to do required Lazarus to be in the tomb for 4 days. Not 2, not 3, 4. In some Jewish traditions of that era, there was a belief that hope remained for 3 days after death. Whether Mary and Martha held that belief, what is certain is this. By day 4, when Martha herself said, "Lord, by this time there is a bad odor," everyone present knew there was no natural explanation for what was about to happen. Day 4 meant only God could do this. And Jesus chose day 4 not to be dramatic, but because he knew that if he had arrived on day 2, people would have said Lazarus was not really dead. If he arrived on day 3, they would have said it was a coincidence. But on day 4, when Martha said, "Lord, by this time there is a bad odor," and Jesus still said, "Roll away the stone," and Lazarus walked out, there was no explanation, no alternative theory, no scientific framework, only God. The delay was not cruelty, it was strategy. God was waiting for the moment when his answer would be so undeniable that no one could explain it away. And now I want you to ask yourself, what if God is waiting in your situation for the exact moment when what he does will be so clearly him that no one, including you, will be able to take the credit? What if the delay is not because he has not heard, but because what he is about to do needs to happen at day 4, not day 2, so that everyone who sees it will know? That was God. Now I want to address the hardest part of this conversation, because someone watching is thinking, what if my Lazarus does not come back? What if my situation has been in the tomb for longer than 4 days? What if the miracle never comes? This is the most honest question in this video, and I am not going to answer it with a cliché. I am going to show you what Jesus said to Martha when she confronted him with exactly that question. Before I show you, if you are watching this and you are in your own day 4, if your situation has been in the tomb longer than you expected, type day 4 in the comments. Just those 2 words, because you need to know you are not alone in the waiting. And Jesus, who chose day 4, is the same Jesus who sees yours. Type it and stay with me. John 11:21. Martha met Jesus on the road, and she said the words that I believe every person in a long waiting season has felt. "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." If you had been here. She did not doubt his power. She doubted his timing. If you had been here earlier, when I called, when there was still time, this would not have happened. And Jesus did not correct her. He did not say, "You should have trusted me more." He said, John 11:23, "Your brother will rise again." And Martha said, "I know he will rise again in the resurrection at the last day." She believed in future resurrection, but she had stopped believing in present miracle. And Jesus said, John 11:25-26, "I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live even though they die, and whoever lives by believing in me will never die." Do you believe this? Do you believe this? Not, do you believe in future resurrection? Do you believe in me right now, in this moment, at this tomb? And then, John 11:35, the shortest verse in the Bible. Jesus wept. He knew what he was about to do. He knew Lazarus was about to walk out. He knew the miracle was seconds away, and he still wept, because the pain of the people around him was real to him. The 4 days were not nothing to him. The grief was not invisible to him. And this is what I need you to know. The waiting is not nothing to God. Your 4 days, your months, your years are not invisible to him. He is not watching from a distance, unmoved, calculating. He is moved. He weeps over what the wait has cost you. And he is still about to say, "Roll away the stone. Now I want to give you 4 things to do while you are in the wait." Not 4 ways to make God move faster. 4 ways to position yourself like Mary and Martha did, so that when he says, "Roll away the stone," you are standing close enough to see what comes out. And the 4th one is what Mary did, that most people overlook, that I believe positioned her for the miracle. Thing number 1. Stay in the conversation. Mary and Martha did not stop talking to Jesus because he had not come. The moment they heard he was near, they both ran to him. Martha went first. Mary followed. They brought their grief, their confusion, their "if you had been here," directly to him. They did not perform peace they did not have. They brought the real version, and Jesus met the real version. Stay in the conversation, even when the conversation is difficult. Even when it sounds like, "Where were you?" He can handle that. He handled it from Martha and Mary. He will handle it from you. Thing number 2. Resist the urge to define the miracle before it happens. Martha expected a certain kind of miracle, the kind where Jesus arrives before the death, heals the sickness, prevents the loss. But God had a different miracle in mind, one that was so much greater that the miracle Martha expected would have been forgotten within a generation. But the resurrection of Lazarus is still being talked about 2,000 years later. Your definition of the miracle may be too small, and God may be waiting. Because what he has planned is so much greater than what you asked for, that if he gave you what you asked for, you would never see what he had in mind. Thing number 3. Keep coming to where he is. John 11:29 says, "When Mary heard this, she got up quickly and went to him." Quickly. She did not wait for him to come to her. She got up and went to where he was. In the waiting season, there is a temptation to stop going to church, stop reading, stop praying, because the silence feels like proof that it is not working. But Mary got up quickly and ran toward the one who had not yet done what she needed. Because she knew being near him was better than being away from him, even before the miracle came. Thing number 4, and this is what Mary did, that most people miss. She wept in front of him, John 11:33. When Jesus therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping, which came with her, he was deeply moved in spirit and troubled. She did not pretend to be fine. She wept in front of Jesus, without apology, without performance, and her grief moved him. John 11:34. "Where have you laid him?" He asked where the tomb was, because her honest grief led him to the miracle. Your tears in front of God are not weakness. They are the most honest form of prayer you have. When the God who was moved by Mary's tears is moved by yours. Let me close with this. After Lazarus walked out, after the stone was rolled away, after 4 days in the tomb, John 11:45 says, "Many of the Jews who had come to visit Mary and had seen what Jesus did, believed in him." Many believed because of the 4 days, not despite them. If Jesus had arrived on day 2 and healed a sick man, the crowd would have nodded and moved on. But because he waited until day 4 and called a dead man out, many believed. Your waiting season is not just about you. The testimony that comes from what God does in your situation is going to make people believe. People who are watching you wait and wondering, People who need to see someone get their day 4 miracle before they can believe that God is real. Your wait has an audience, and what God does on the other side of it will make many believe. If what you are facing feels too heavy to carry, do not carry it alone. If today reached you, save this video. Come back to it on the days no hopes a day 4 feels like it will never come, and share it with someone who is in their waiting season and is starting to wonder if God heard them, because they need to know He heard them on day 1. He is choosing day 4, because what He is about to do needs to be undeniable.